Welcome back to your favorite inconsistent gardener. Last week we left off with the tiles going down in the greenhouse. So this week we are closing in, finishing up the floors, and trying to decide on paint colors. So let's just do a quick refresher. Last week we installed the drain pipes before we closed in the floor, brought in some gravel just to close everything in, and then we added sand on top of that, about 2 inches of sand. And on top of the sand, we put down 2 inches of concrete mix. Once everything was dried and cured, then he started to lay the tiles. Once again, I chose black and white in color for that classic feel. Black and white just never goes out of style, and it goes with any look and any color. But I also wanted to have some type of personality, some type of character, some pizzazz, some razzle dazzle that matches me, my personality, and my style. Now, style is very subjective, and we all have different taste and style to match who we are as individuals. When placing the tiles, it was a little bit tricky and time consuming because we wanted all the tiles to be leveled, but at the same time slope down gradually towards the drain pipe. The naked eye was not supposed to pick it up right away, and everything turned out amazing. Like, look at the floors. They are just gorgeous, just beautiful. I picked the perfect tile for this space, for the vision that I have for this space. Honestly, I don't know if I should continue to call this a greenhouse. It's probably just a garden room at this point. Of course, I will still have plants in there, but it's just too beautiful just to call it a greenhouse. So a few days later, it was time to close in the back wall. I needed to pick up some insulation, and we had some left over from a project we've worked on recently, so I decided to use those. So we are just unloading off one of the work vans. Now, if you guys are wondering where I've been, what I've been up to, this is one of the reasons why. So if I'm not in the office, I am on the job site. We do renovate houses on the side. Now, we don't do renovations for individuals at the moment. We renovate our own investment properties that we have, and that's what I've been busy doing, getting those up and running so they can make a profit on their own, and we don't have to worry about them. They take care of themselves. So these are just leftover things that we've used on the last project. We're just taking it off, put it in one of our So we're just taking things off and putting them in one of our other properties that's on the list to be renovated, in storage. So now we loaded up all of the insulation. We're going to head off to Home Depot to pick up a plywood to close in the back wall. Oh my goodness, I could not get the words out.
You get the ticket and I'm driving the van. They understand all of the costs of you driving my van.
Right.
Me helping you. Alright, you know. You just pay them because there won't be another time.
So we're at Home Depot, one of our favorite places to be. And when I was looking for the back wall, like what was I going to use to close in the back wall? I wanted something very simple, something very cheap, inexpensive, because you're not really going to see the back wall with the floating shelves and with all the plants and whatever decorative things I might have on the back wall. And also the stove itself is just going to drag your attention and draw you in. So what I used on the back wall was not really, it didn't really matter to me as long as the wall was able to be closed in. Looking through, we just decided that, you know what, let's just go with what we've been using all this time on the outside of the greenhouse. So we decided to go with the grooved plywood. There's a specific name. I will put it on the screen. And it is just beautiful, and once painted, all of that texture will pop forward, and I just know it's going to look beautiful. Amazing, okay? Just amazing. This is nice, but what's the price for this? Or what it is? Right. this is what we decided to go with. It's just beautiful. We already have it on the outside of the greenhouse, so we just decided to just bring it inside. Now here we are insulating the back wall, and with the wall being closed in, like the vision is just like it's right there, like okay, the wall is being closed in and I am just ready to paint, ready for the floating shelves to go in, ready for the stove to go in. I'm ready to wrap this up. I'm ready to paint, and I'm just ready to move in. Honestly, I'm thinking of a mini fridge, a day bed maybe. You just never know. It doesn't have a bathroom. And now I'm thinking, okay, we need to revise the plan and try to get a bathroom added somewhere because we do have the space, and see if the city would approve it again. We do need approvals and permits for everything that we do in the city. They need to take their cut out of everything, okay? Here is the most difficult part. I could not decide on what color I wanted. Now, I narrowed it down to 4 colors that I really like. However, once I had them sitting in there for several days, I also went ahead and got samples of what I like the most, which was the darkest green, which is called Secret Garden. It's a beautiful green. However, in this space, I did not like the way the light reflected on Secret Garden in this space, so I was like, okay, that's not going to work. And I'm just trying to figure out like what color do I really want to use. And the funny thing is, I ended up abandoning all 4 colors. The 4 colors that I like the most, I ended up abandoning those colors. Now, these are the colors. They are really beautiful. You have a light pink, a mauvey pink, which is called pressed flower. I did not like the way that looked. That was giving me too much of Pepto-Bismol. And then Secret Garden was just too dark, and oak moss was not giving me the feels that I wanted from oak moss. So I don't know. As far as the color go, it's only for the accent wall. Everything else will be in a different color. So come back next week to find out. So that's all I have for you guys this week. Bye.